fastest tempo in the country, according to Ken Palm. How do you go into this matchup not trying to speed things up too much and match their intensity?
Yeah, we have to control tempo. I mean, they do play at a very quick pace, shoot the ball, pretty quickly, and shoot amazingly a ton of threes. I mean, that's the key to their deal is they're taking 30 three-pointers per game. So they literally are like the Houston Rockets of college basketball in terms of, the analytics and how they're playing, and they do a really good job. I think when you think about Kyra Lewis and Petty, there's not a better pair of guards in our league anywhere. Those guys are really talented, and they can both, shoot it, drive you, create for others, do so many things well. Herb Jones is a tremendous player and so versatile in that he handles the ball, and they run him at the point at times. They run offense through him, and he starts at the 3 and plays half his minutes as a 4. So he's a really versatile player that does a lot of great things for their team. All those guys are veteran guys. Shackelford, who will start or be the first guy off the bench, is a great three-point shooter, lefty, really shooting the ball well from the perimeter. And, Reese is shooting great, and they have another big, and you have him out there. There's a 6'10" guy shooting 36% who can really shoot threes, and has attempted as many threes as Kyra Lewis, for example. And then there are 2 guys inside, Galen Smith and Davis, are both very good, powerful, physical players that are really doing a great job in their role of playing good post defense, banging the offensive glass, finishing around the hoop.
We'll go ahead to Joel to coach's right on the front row.
You got a couple of games now coming up on the road. Obviously, last year starting 0-2, I believe, in conference play. How important is this stretch here with a couple on the road after dropping the 1 at home? I guess every game there's pressure and that whole 9 yards, but is there kind of an urgency to make sure you at least split over these next 2?
Bottom line is we just look at things one game at a time. And obviously we're disappointed to lose our first home game against a very good Auburn team, where when I went back and watched the film 4 different times, what really hurt us in that game was our offense. We had a chance 17-9 to build on the lead, and we were playing in front of the first really big crowd we had all season. Our anxiety really showed up in our offense, and we've got to have better poise. And now it's tested even more when you're on the road and you're playing in a foreign environment where it's us against the world. In some ways, though, I think that can be a positive. I've had that with teams. But no question, our whole focus is just one game at a time, and it's the University of Alabama tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. And they're coming off a very disappointing loss as well. They had a 9-point lead with 2:30 to go on the road against Florida, and played great against Florida. And really, really were exceptional. I mean, they've had some tough ones that, thinking about the game at Penn State, I watched that last night. They got robbed on a block charge call that could have made a difference in that game, and Penn State's an NCAA tournament team. So this team is really a talented team that we're playing against, and it'll be a tremendous challenge for us. And the pace of play and handling their pressure defensively is going to be critical. Not getting sped up on offense to where we're shooting ill-advised shots. We've got to, the most important thing on offense is taking good shots. Shot selection is your number 1 thing on offense. And we've got to do better tomorrow than we did on Saturday in that area. We're still trying to defend, and they really spread you out, and then they're trying to drive you and draw and kick the 3-point shooters. And they take a lot of threes, and just about everybody can shoot them.
We'll stay on the front row and get it to Logan in the middle.
You talked about all the threes that Alabama attempts, and in the Auburn game, you held them without a 3-point make during that first half. Was that a credit to your perimeter defense, or were they just having an offshoot night to that?
That was our defense. I mean, I think, at one point they went without a field goal for 8 minutes. The tough part was not capitalizing and building a better lead, but we actually down by 5 at the half. It was like, there were multiple times where, again, we're just playing, without poise. Driving and jumping in the air and getting it knocked out of bounds, or actually going the other way. I mean, not playing with the kind of poise that you need to play with to beat a good team. And everybody we're playing is good now. I mean, there's no, this league is a monster. When you look at, I was looking today at the net rankings of our league and where everybody is. I mean, it's pretty, incredible league, again.
You mentioned last game, how your team didn't start to get the ball to Reggie like you wanted to until the second half. How much of an emphasis do you put on that going into the Alabama game and what?
Well, every game, not just the Alabama game. We got to give it to Reggie every single game. And the thing great about giving it to him, I mean, this is not the black hole. I mean, this guy's an incredible passer. We had a scout yesterday from the Memphis Grizzlies here, and I was talking with him about, he was questioning about some of our players. And I said, Reggie, I think, the thing that's so special about him is that his ability to pass. I don't think can ever be appreciated enough. For a guy who's 6'9", 248 pounds, to be able to pass the way he does, you want to run as much as you can through him and let him make plays for us. When we cut the lead to 48-46 in that game, he made a jump stop pass to Robert for a backdoor dunk, and then I had to give him a blow, and when he goes out, boom, the lead balloons to 10. And so we've got to do a better job when he's out of the game shoring it up. But I thought Reggie had a fantastic game in our last game, and we want to get it to him every night against everybody.
You mentioned after the Auburn game about trying to get the ball to Abdul more the way that he's playing offensively. How can you try to do that within the offense?
Look for him, and I tell you what, he got a little bit tired because there were a couple of times I thought he was open and he wasn't even looking for it. He was breathing so hard from just playing so hard because the game was like a track meet. The game, the most shots we've taken all year were on Saturday, 68 in one game. We missed 45 of them. So it's probably smarter to maybe take, 60 shots and make a higher percentage of them. And that's something that, when you look at our team, we got one senior, we're not, we're learning as we're going here. And we got to learn in a hurry because now we're in conference.
Anything else for Coach before we let him go?
Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.